Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Troll 2 commentary track, a Framewreck special, if you will. This is not one of our mainstay episodes. It's just a commentary track that we're doing because you, the audience, subscribed to the channel and unlocked this at the last subathon a year ago. We are finally here paying off that due. Matt, are you excited for this Troll 2 commentary track?
I'm so excited. This is my favorite bad movie. When we did the Framewreck episode of this, I felt like we hadn't given it the justice it deserved. We didn't talk nearly and long enough about it. And you, in real time, were just like, let's just do a commentary. And we're doing it.
And I made them earn it. And you did earn it, audience. So here we go. How we do our commentary tracks on this channel are a little different than others. We're not going to play the movie for you only because that would take a lot of editing on my part to edit around copyright. So instead, we're just going to watch the movie. We'll tell you when to watch the movie. We'll play the movie together, but you will have this commentary track existing as only our voices. So if you want to watch the movie, you got to pull it up yourself. It's on DVD. It's on Blu-ray. It's also on MGM Plus, on a few other streaming services. Maybe by the time you listen to this, maybe not. But either way, we hope you have a copy of it. As long as it's not pirated, ready to go. We will count down from 5. After 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'll say play. We will play the movie and we will talk about the movie. We're going to start at 2 minutes on the dot. So we're giving you about 30 more seconds to get it situated, get your remotes ready or your fingers ready, however you're watching this. And Matt and I will go ahead and talk about it.
Pause this and go buy the Blu-ray.
Yes,
that's my recommendation.
Go buy the Blu-ray. But we're gonna open with our MGM Lion in just a second, and then we will get into this. Spoiler alert: this is Matt and I's third attempt getting this movie started, getting it going. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. And there's our Mr. Lion, our Metro Goldwyn Mayer Lion. This is so exciting, Matt. We've never actually just sat down and watched a movie together.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this.
And right away, here we are. We're in the woods.
It just goes right in. There's something about how it doesn't come in with the soft music or have any time between it starting and it just starting with the narration,
or any title cards, anything like that. Yeah,
it
just the MGM,
just right in.
Yeah. What I love also is that this is divorced from the first movie. I still have never seen the first movie, so it's kind of cool that we just are watching a sequel. Me having no idea what happens in the first one, but as we talked about on our mainstay episode, there really isn't anything that happens in the first one that matters in this one.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a sequel. It has nothing to do with it. This was originally supposed to be called Goblin, and then they decided to call it Troll 2 to make it seem like it was a sequel to I want to say go off the success of the first one, but the first one was successful, so I'm not sure.
And there we go. Now we get our studio presents Troll 2. There we go. Great font.
No trolls in this movie.
I mean, just look at that design. They almost look like the Ewoks from Star Wars, but slightly more haggard,
Yeah, no kidding. You mentioned I watched behind the scenes documentary. It's called Best Worst Movie, and I've actually seen it several times. It's one of my favorite documentaries because this is one of my favorite movies, and it's really mostly about how the cast is doing now, type of thing.
Almost like the Freddy's Revenge documentary,
Yeah.
How the legacies impacted them.
It's also a really great documentary. If you guys haven't seen Scream Queens, it's really good.
Yes, I had to turn this one way down so I could hear you because the music really just kicks.
I just turned mine down too. It was it's very
you
loud.
could see both Matt and I try to listen to each other, but also kind of make sure to tune out the movie. Very dizzying cinematography there. That angle at the sky.
All right,
first sign of Framewreck right there. That Mets pennant. It sucks to be a Mets fan these days. I'm not one, but as you see by my hat, I'm rooting for the team that wins. But
this came out 3 years I think after Princess Bride, and I'm sure that's what they're doing here. But they do something way just so much more just out of the park with the ghost grandpa, which we'll see here in a moment.
I like how you
Spoiler alert.
tied the Mets pennant into an Out of the Park reference. That was a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
good full circle moment. I mean, the makeup here, both in
Those
his
are fake.
scar on
Those
his
are
head.
fake, right?
The freckles have to be
Those,
fake. They have to
yeah.
be. Oh my god, and the green soup.
Speaking of the green soup,
Yes.
there are 3 great Framewreck cold opens. 3 that I just think are the best we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them I really didn't have much to do with. The face off one, which I wrote but wasn't in. Your cat's video.
Thank you.
And then our cold open for this one.
Yeah, what was our cold open for Troll 2? Remind us.
So for Troll 2, it was I had my green shake that I usually drink in the morning. It's avocado and kale, or avocado and spinach, and stuff. Almond milk. And I had it there and it was green. And I was like, hey, these little guys came and gave this to me. And I was about to drink it, and then it paused. And Kelsey in voiceover was like, Dyl, you have to stop him. You have 30 seconds or whatever, just like in this movie. And then once you're like, I have an idea. You went Framewreck, and then it cuts to the opening credits. And then I have finished the drink by the time we get back to the main show. And then at the end of the show, I raise up my hand and I've got a branch growing out of it, like in this movie.
Yo,
and we end that episode with both of us screaming at the fact that I'm turning into a plant.
Oh wow! I promised a while ago that I would compile all our cold opens. I will do that by the end of the summer, I think, because it's just going to be so fun to watch back our cold opens and look at just the journey we've been on, because they've gone either way bolder, way bigger, way more improv off the cuff. It's either or. So here we go. Grandpa Seth. Oh,
Grandpa Seth told me.
And then the empty chair. I love it.
Chair is rocking, which I guess he freezes time later. So I guess we have to assume that this is a real entity that's doing things and not just in his mind.
Very unique. So he's got a 49 Niners pennant too. So where is this taking place again? Do you remember?
I don't know where they are supposed to be from.
Gotcha. Because he's a Mets fan, but also a 49ers fan, and those could not be further apart in distance. So it's very interesting.
Well, he might be from a place that doesn't have a team. As someone who is from a place that doesn't have a team, growing up, you kind of had to adopt teams from other places. We now
have a team now. You have OKC.
Yeah, we now have Thunder, but we didn't back then. But I grew up in the 90s, so it was easy. Bulls. Yeah.
I'm dating this podcast right now, but a very good OKC team this year, very good Thunder team this year, where they're the 1 or 2 seed, I think, but they didn't make it to the end. But they're a good team, good ass
team. We've had our time in the excellent times in the finals or in the tournaments, and it just
You might need to help me out with character and actor names, but this woman, are we a fan of her performance?
In as much as one can be a fan of the performance in this movie, I mean, they're all pretty bad. Her name, the actress is
because I'm looking. There's a Diana Waits and a Holly Waits. Which is which? Is she Holly or Diana?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I feel like that is Margot Prey, who's Diana Waits. In the documentary and Best Worst Movie, like she's basically become a recluse. They show up at her house to interview her, and she's got like signs on the front door that's like, don't ring my doorbell, don't approach my house, don't come here, please.
Imagine just walking in on your daughter lifting weights and then just smiling and making a smirk that almost looks like you're checking her out, and then leaving without saying anything.
Yeah,
that always made me uncomfortable.
So the focal point of Best Worst Movie is George Hardy, who plays Michael here, and
AKA Aaron Eckhart before Aaron Eckhart.
And about how, because he's a dentist. He was a dentist back then, and but he had now since then has his own practice, and he's just like the most dad person you could ever see. Like when you see him on there, he's just such a dad throughout like in real life. And so like, but he he just loves that Troll 2 is so loved for being bad, and
Yeah.
he
Well, yeah, I feel like it can go one of two ways when you're in a movie like this. You can either swear it off and like cancel your career and make a pivot because you're so embarrassed, or you can really lean into it and own it, which I feel like he has. And a
yeah
lot of people, like, I feel like I would if I was in a movie that was like received at the level Troll 2 was. Like, if you're in just a movie that doesn't get good reviews, it's whatever. But if you're in a movie that's like iconic for being bad, I mean, like, I would really lean into that.
yeah
And like make it a career as he has, because there's always fans. We're fans, you know.
yeah,
I would love
exactly.
just to meet George Hardy and like shake his hand,
Yeah, no kidding.
So
Me too. It's funny in the documentary. They ask his mom. They're like, "Did you like his movie?" And it's like, "No." Did you think he did a good performance? Also, no.
oh wow. Do you remember what our superlatives were for that episode or no? We might need to remake them as we watch these because
Yeah,
I don't remember if we had a good performance or which one was stood out as the worst. But
I think I might have gone with the daughter because she felt like a teenager a lot of like really well, but
yeah.
I'm not. I honestly don't know.
And this is interesting
That's
because it's coming out.
best.
It's coming out in 1990, so we've got kind of a little bit more of an 80s feel, even though it is a 90s film because it was filmed during the 80s.
Cubs. He also loves the Cubs. Just so we're
And the Pistons. Oh, what a weird. Yeah, weird.
well, and I'll bring it up here in a minute. But there's the director, writer, and director Claudio, who went under a pen name for this one, even though he's still thinks it's a good movie, like legitimately good movie.
Right.
He doesn't embrace the culture of it, like say a Tommy Wiseau, but he also, unlike Tommy Wiseau, does not pretend like he meant to make a comedy. He's like, why are they laughing at the parts that aren't funny?
Gotcha.
But he's an Italian guy and barely spoke English back then.
I was gonna say, what is the best pseudonym you could think of for a guy whose name is so Italian that doesn't seem American at all? Drake Floyd, which is what he went by as his pen name pseudonym.
So this scene, these two teenagers
Oh, I just love that reaction.
rewrote this scene for him and said, "Hey, this is a better."
Ugh.
And they were like, "That's bad line. No one would say that as a teenager. Here's what we've come up with. This sounds more like a teenager." They took it to Claudio, and Claudio said, "No, what I've written is good. I know what teenagers sound like."
Mm-hmm.
He said that to two teenagers.
Yes, because referring to your boyfriend's little nuts is going to make him want to kiss you right away on the mouth.
She does not include Troll 2 on her resume anymore, or ever. She's never included it on her resume when she.
Connie McFarland.
Yeah.
What are her other credits? I don't think she's really had much.
She hasn't been in much, but
she's a Mormon.
But when she does show her small resume, it does not include Troll 2.
Oh, Read It and Weep. That's a Disney Channel original movie. I've seen it.
Oh, fun.
This is a pretty good one with Kay Panabaker. Is that her name? Kay Panabaker? Let me look up her name. So I'm not misquoting it.
There's two Panabakers.
Oh, that's both of them are in it. That's why. Kay Panabaker and Danielle Panabaker. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. What do you think of these outfits, Matt? Are you a fan of the fashion? I mean, especially hers. I mean, she's got like the black overalls over the white t-shirt and like no pants.
It's
the belt.
it's very late 80s, early 90s. It is accurate to the time, as well as her hair.
Honestly, everything in the bedroom stuff, like it does kind of capture that Nightmare on Elm Street aesthetic, at least. Like the way it's lit, the way everything is kind of situated, the hair, the costumes. Like I can see where they thought they had some appeal, like some understanding on the genre.
I love this part that's coming up because she's about to say, like, sing that song I like. And then when you hear what it is, I'm so surprised this was not an intentional joke.
I love them referring to him as a beau. I feel like they don't use that nowadays. Your beau.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know anyone with the name Beau. I know one guy I went to college with a beau, but it's never really that close. Here we go. He starts singing Roro. That song I love so much. So here's the thing. I grew up going on choir trips, long bus
Mhm.
rides. You know, we went all the way to Disney. We did the whole East Coast thing, and there's a lot of hours you spend just like singing, you know, camp songs or you know
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. And there is the row your boat. It's written to be performed in the round where you go
In the
row
yeah,
row your boat, row your boat, and like
yeah.
someone starts a measure later every time. That was not achieved well there. that was that was like
It was not.
everyone picked maybe a second and a half later as opposed to two, or 2.5 seconds as opposed to two. Like it was always either a little early or a little late to where the round just did not make sense because together it's a cool effect, you know.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in our mainstay episode too. That like it was supposed to be around, and they tried to do that, but like the mom just starts singing with him. The
Mhm.
dad starts like halfway through the song, like it's
And she's like, "Sing that song I like," and now I'm gonna sing it. It's like, whoa, girl, you just asked him to sing. I mean, that is a thing though. That is a mom and dad thing to do. I feel like on a road trip, like, oh, let's sing a song, you know, or play a game. You know, that's a bit popular one. Let's play, let's I Spy or something. But man, he got sweaty in the matter of 5 seconds since we last saw him. As a sweaty boy.
sweaty boy. Oh,
I love
he's
how
gonna
it's like
kill
I
me.
don't feel good, just in full sweats, and now he's just pouring green. This
Well,
woman
this is
had to have been my worst actress. The tree branches.
this is a premonition. Like this is actually what happens to these people.
I'll admit, the makeup in this movie is horrendous, but those fingernails in the tree branches are kind of okay,
Yeah,
prosthetic wise. Like I think the actual, you know, under the nail kind of thing. And that makeup isn't terrible. I mean, it's well achieved. It just
that
doesn't.
is
It's not believable. The last
that
one was
last
rough.
one.
The last one's rough. That last one's seen better days. But it's kind of like the Buffy thing where you kind of just have to like forgo the fact that it's made in the 90s and just kind of
Right,
believe
exactly.
it for what it is. But the problem is the rest of the movie doesn't work like Buffy does, so it's harder to achieve that effect. Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. If you did choose her as your best actress, she must be getting better because right now her line deliveries are bad and zero
I
for me.
yeah, I now that I have after I said that, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's what it
She
did.
might
Maybe
get
it
better.
was.
Maybe just everyone else gets worse. Like,
Everyone else is pretty bad. That's part of it. Is that it's
stop
like
them.
she at least felt not even natural. I don't know. Who knows? I think it was probably hard, slim pickings in
Mhm.
this one. Oh, the documentary Best Worst Movie
Mhm.
is directed by um, uh, Michael Stevens,
Oh,
who plays Josh.
interesting. How does he treat the legacy? Does he own the legacy or
He didn't at first.
mm,
He
he's come around
he
on it?
says this in the documentary that like for his 10th birthday or whatever birthday it was that after Troll 2 came out, he hadn't seen it and he got or no, not for birthday for Christmas. He got
Mhm.
a VHS copy of Troll 2 and he was so excited and they watched it and it was so bad and he just turned it off and did never go back to it and
Ah,
like did not embrace legacy but once everyone else started embracing it and he realized that there's this culture around it. He started embracing it, and that's kind of like
mhm,
the documentary is kind of him like embracing the
mhm.
culture of it because that's mostly
I'll
what it's about.
I'll admit he might get worse too, but I think for a kid, he's obviously not given good direction or good writing to use, but he's just got like a very good natural screen presence, I think. You know,
Yeah,
maybe not. That also doesn't make sense to me because she's sitting on the right side. So how is she able to see right through the windows that are
she,
already tinted?
they definitely wouldn't have been able to see her.
They wouldn't have known it was her, and how would they know
Yeah,
even where she was sitting in the car? Yeah, again,
yeah.
I try not to make logic of any of this.
Neil Bog.
Nilbog, goblin spelled backwards.
Mhm.
Genius. It's like the do you know the name of the sorcerer in Fantasia, Matt? The titular sorcerer
Yeah.
of Mickey's apprentice. Or Mickey is the apprentice of.
No, what is it?
Yen Sid, which is Disney still back then.
Yinsen, I did know
Mhm.
that. Yes. Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's over there. just so, just so matter of fact. Just the close up is so good. He's giving so much teeth in his performance and so much face
What?
that these close ups are just a
These
lot.
close-ups are bad. Like, zoom out just a little bit, and those would have been much, much better shots.
Well, I don't even know the effectiveness of it. Like, what does the close up add to the scene? You know, what is it? It makes it more personal. I don't know. They're already in a car. That's already confined enough space. You don't need to
Right.
get closer than that.
Right. You put a camera on the dashboard and film all of them at
Yeah.
once has much better effect in that
Yeah.
situation.
Oh god. Honestly, that camera work, that wide shot, not bad. The
Not bad.
reflection.
There are things about this movie, like those people standing there, which is could be legitimately creepy. It's not realized in a good way. Like, if they were making a different movie with a different premise, that might be very, very effective.
I love how this kid's like, I want to go home, I want to go home, and now he just steps out of the car and he's got his hands. He's like the little mayor. He's like, he's in a change of tune right now. These little scabs and shit that is just so clearly fake makeup. It's it's like when you make like a makeup effect like that, you usually put like a big layer of latex and then chip away at the latex. The problem with that is that they just put the latex in the one wound area. They didn't expand it out, so it looks just like someone stuck us like a sticker on the skin. You know, it doesn't look like a real believable wound.
Right. Wow.
I take back what I said. The kid sucks. Yeah.
Listen, if I truly gave her Best Actress, we all have our blind spots here at certain parts of this movie, I imagine.
Eat before we eat you.
Way to give away the plot here, goblins. Like, they're like, listen,
Right.
we're going to eat you, and here we're letting you know first.
There's a lot of confidence in a villain to foreshadow exactly what they're going to do without any sort of suspense, you know?
Right.
Gotta appreciate the boldness. Not the hottest production design there. very,
No.
very shoddy.
According to the IMDb trivia, the entire cast went into casting hoping to be extras and ended up in lead roles.
That says something. Oh yeah, you want to be the guy who stands in the background and doesn't make any noise?
Oh, here it is.
Here we go.
Okay,
This is it.
The specter, yes, the specter of this grandfather has so many powers, but he does have to knock on this window until he opens it up for him.
Don't let them eat. As Liz Wilcox from Survivor says, I see you eat every day.
I see you eat every day.
This woman, I feel like she's so bad that she's good at being scary. Like, I'm genuinely afraid of her, but she's not supposed to be the one who's scary. But just those like wide eyes as she doesn't blink. Joshua.
The fact that no one has taken a bite or a drink yet in this amount of time is honestly insane.
You gotta pass around the food. Make sure you have a nice plate.
I would have, but you sneak a bite while that's happening, like,
right? Yeah. That was like I'm a server at a restaurant the other day. I brought as many plates as I could carry, except for 2 salads. I went, dropped it off, came back around, brought back the salads, and they were waiting for me to drop them off. And I'm always like, just eat. Just eat. It's okay.
No kidding.
Almost felt bad. I'm like, your food's getting cold. If I had known that, I would have brought the salads first because they are cold. But
I love how everybody is, how he sits there, but how when they're frozen, like, they're still moving a little bit because they don't have that technology. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How long he considers this.
The water in the glass is shaking too because it's water and physics don't allow it to freeze. They should have used a different liquid for that, but they're not that smart.
I'm pretty sure she's looking in a different direction now too than she was before.
How, as an actor, do you not break during this?
Yeah, I know.
Like, if you're frozen with a giant corn cob with toothpaste on it,
he could have taken each of those things from them in this amount of time.
But instead,
he's going to do this, which is going to lead to probably the best scene in the movie, which is the "you don't piss on hospitality." That's a good cut. That's a good edit. Editing from him doing that to them.
I think it makes the joke better because it's like you know exactly what he's gonna do, and you don't need to see it to know the aftermath. I think you're right. I think that's actually a really well thought out choice.
Okay, so this next little bit is here. I won't allow it.
Oh. Oh my god, it's so good. And I love the slow zoom during that too. Because at first the belt is out of frame. So he's reaching down there and you're like, okay, he's gonna do one of three things. He's either gonna pee on the kid, he's gonna jerk off to the kid, which is even worse, or he's gonna do what he did and tighten his belt. But because you can't see that in frame, such a great. You can't piss on hospitality.
I won't allow it.
Oh my god, this movie's so good, and it hits you like we're only a half hour in. Like that's the best part. Is it like hits you right away? You don't build to the good stuff. It starts with the good stuff. There's still an hour left, but we got the goods.
Yeah, it's good throughout. That's the amazing thing about it.
Do you know if they filmed that Ape movie for this movie? Like if it's a movie within a movie?
I don't know
anything
about
real
that
existing.
one,
Because that one looks even worse than Troll 2.
Yeah. It's probably not worse, but yeah.
Yeah, probably not. But just aesthetically, there was some problems.
Check out the costuming here and how each one of them are wearing a distinctly different color. That feels so staged. And it is, obviously, but it feels staged.
It's French New Wave, man. Oh, this guy. I remember this guy being just a blast.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I haven't watched this movie since we watched it for Framewreck, so I'm very excited that we're like, because I've only seen this movie. This is only the third time I've seen this. I watched this. So when I was a kid, my first time watching this was at my friend Tyler's house. My friend Eli was like, "Hey, have you all seen Troll 2?" And we're like, "No." And they put it on, and we watched it. And I remember the pissing scene and pretty much nothing else. But I remember being just so like perplexed by it. And then rewatching it for Framewreck. So like I haven't had the longevity that you've had with it, but I think because it's still fresh, it's still really great for me. But it's still great for you, even having not been fresh. You know,
it's great every time.
Matt, with the Troll 2, do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. It was a similar thing where it's like, hey, this is a bad movie, you have to watch it. And I watched it and I was like, oh, this is so good. So like I don't have like a story with it, and I've seen it a lot of times, but it's never lost its luster for me.
This is a terrible meet cute. Just every time they show them, they're just so funny. Man, I'll give you this. That guy has big cojones because he's just walking up to an army of things he has never seen before.
Right.
Oh god, there he is.
That one. They should have burned that mask.
I don't know. I hope it's in a museum somewhere. I hope it's at the Academy Museum in Los Angeles.
Yes. I think Criterion needs to release movies like this.
I was actually just about to look up. Did this win any awards? And I'm being completely serious because I want to see if it won any like Gothams or nothing. There we go.
Here it is.
Oh, it's coming soon, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's soon.
You're just some of the dialogue just doesn't sound natural. Deflowering, no one says that anymore. Especially at that age. I get it if it's like, you know, your grandparents like deflowering, whatever, but like a kid would never say that. Unless it was said in like a joking sense. The eagle. The random eagle sound effects are so good. Oh. Now, Matt, if you saw that, would you ever think that was a house?
No, and I would never think, let's hide in this. Let's hide in this obviously creepy building.
I guess it is, in this context of this film, a house, but from the outside, I would think it was a church or something else. Again, not the worst production design here. Better than that old apartment.
Yeah. Like, that bed in that room kind of, it feels like it's right out of like a 1960s kind of erotic horror type movie. Like, it feels right. It feels good.
Jump scare. Not even a jump scare, but I think just a more like, it takes you a second to process before you go, whoa, shit. I feel like Kate McKinnon would have a blast parodying this on SNL.
Here's the thing about this movie. It doesn't need a remake, and you would not accomplish much with the remake. But if you remade it, knowing what you're doing, like have Kate McKinnon in that role. It's not braces.
Or they gunked up her teeth.
They gunked up her teeth. You could create a really low budget, good like parody of this, where you're just doing a shot for shot remake. That would be a lot of fun. It wouldn't be something that you would want to like promote or anything, like similar to how they did like the Princess Bride at home thing. You could do that with this movie, and it would be really fun.
I mean, if I were to cast it with like SNL alums, like Kate McKinnon would be her, and I would make Mikey Day the guy with the glasses here. He plays a good kid well.
Beck Bennett as the dad.
Yes, Beck Bennett would be a great dad, or Jason Sudeikis, one of those guys.
Jason Sudeikis would also be good. And then you get someone who would be the kid. I feel like you get like
Vanessa Bayer.
Well, I feel like you get that would be good actually.
Kind of how she played the little Jewish boy.
Yeah, that would probably be good. I was gonna say you go for someone who's obviously a grown man like Will Ferrell.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
And as the grandpa, someone who like a Dan Aykroyd, or
Kenan Thompson.
That would be good too. Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, and as the sister would have to be Cecily Strong. Her drunk girl at a party is one of my favorite bits. Where that's that whole thing. Anyway. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. At least I'll give him this. It's green. Like whenever I see puke in movies, it's hard to watch without feeling my own gag reflexes kick in. But
me too. Yeah.
The fact that it's green makes it a little not believable at all. Makes it a little helpful to not get like grossed out by it. Same as why they don't show the pee. Also because I just don't think they had the means to create that effect without actually peeing on the shit. And then maybe breaking like codes of conduct or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the oh my god kicks in later, I guess.
Yeah, as many times as I've seen this, it's always a little bit of surprise when it happens, which is good because I want to get that surprise.
Absolutely.
I know it's happening, but like what the exact moment, because I remember it is later.
So Matt,
but
is it where's the green coming? Where's it pouring from?
It's supposed to be like, I imagine it's supposed to be like sweat, like it's coming from their pores up there.
It
like
looks like it comes right between like the hair, like right out of the hairline almost.
Yeah.
It's not coming through her hair, it's just coming down from it.
Right.
And there's significantly more green than there was 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. Which where that's coming from is there's a area right there on your forehead. Wrestlers used to use it, and they still do in some situations. They would blade right there because it bleeds like water, but you don't lose a lot of blood. And so I don't know that that's what they were going for. I think they were just going for a place where you can't see the source, and that's why they went with the hairline. But that maybe it's blood. That's all I'm saying.
Did they say in the documentary what they made the goo with, like how they made the goo, or is it
The
practical?
documentary was less about how the movie was made and more about the
More,
experience of being in the movie.
yeah, and the cultural reaction.
Yeah.
To
So no, they did not mention that kind of stuff.
it. I'd love to
If they
just
mentioned
be
if
a
they
fly
mentioned
on
the
that wall.
creation, it was about how they felt during the experience, or like the writing, how they
Oh, here we
came
go.
up with things and stuff like that. Yeah, here it is.
Here we go. Bring it to me. Give it to me, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I love it. Again, the close-ups are just so good because they'll get close up and then they'll go even closer. They'll like zoom in even harder. Oh, oh, I remember this scene. How could you forget?
Maybe if I did give her Best Actress, it's because she's given it everything she's got.
Yeah, I mean, again, good
She's
screen presence. She's got a good look. She's she's very charismatic. She doesn't read as bland on screen.
right.
I don't think anyone does in this film, but I love how she's her shirt. She's an Aries, but it's Garfield, who is like the least Aries of any character ever. Like, Garfield as an Aries, I do not own Garfield. I don't. We do not represent him. He's a chill, pessimistic, lasagna eating bro, but I don't think he's an Aries.
Oh god, this guy who can stop time. Again, he had to tap on the window to get in or to talk to him, and now he doesn't know which room he's in. He's in the wrong. Perhaps he used all of his power. He was saving it to freeze time for 30 seconds, and then he used enough of it that he couldn't use it to locate Joshua.
Again, a weird close up. Everyone's in a wide shot. They zoom in to get the kid's line, and then they zoom back out. What the hell?
With me, all of you.
I love how Dad's only got the bottom button. It's buttoned at the bottom, but not anywhere at the top.
That's how a mirror works.
I love how he asked that to the kid and then looked up at Holly, realizing maybe he was talking to the wrong person. Are you still doing dope, Holly? Look up at Holly.
The creepy ghost thing was looking for me. Of course, I'll sleep in this room.
Yeah, right. This kid is so bad. This kid must be bipolar because, like, 1 minute he's like, "I want to go home," and then he's like, "We're here," and now here again he's like terrified, and then he's like, "I'll do it." Another close up zoom. Claudio loves those close up zooms, right? That's his name, Claudio.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Drake Lloyd. Focus.
Oh, still have to learn the layout of this house. Not for long, surely.
I love how that close up was just fully blurry. Like there's no focus on the lens.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this man's performance? Are you a fan?
Not in a way I would appreciate a normal performance, but in this movie, yes, I'm a fan.
He ain't no DiCaprio. He honestly kind of looks a little Orson Welles-y.
He
Like
does.
I feel like that's the vibe they're trying to go for. Is he alive at this point, Orson Welles, or has he passed? Let's look.
I don't know.
I love how Orson Bean is the first one. No, so Orson Welles passed in 1985, so he probably just died. So maybe like I don't know, maybe they were having Welles fever. They missed him and they thought this guy's the next coming of Orson Welles. Let's do it. Kid, I feel like we haven't seen yet before in this movie. We probably have, but Kind of looks like what's the name of the kid from Vacation and Licorice Pizza? Skylar Gisondo.
Oh
Kinda
yes,
looks
he
like
does look like that.
just like
These two straight boys in bed
yeah,
naked together.
yes. Yeah, let's talk about that. And these shorts, I mean, I don't want to pass any sort of stereotypical judgments or anything, but the shorts are very short.
The shorts are short, and the way he was delivering his line, I think this is a. I'm glad we're releasing this in June because I think
Yes.
this is a Pride movie.
Again,
Uh,
no judgment. We're all for pride here, but yes, it's a very gay group of pals.
Yeah.
Pals. Oh, that hair.
Ew. I have a milk thing. I have a milk thing.
Your milk thing. I mean, I don't think anyone would watch that and not be grossed out. Like, I don't
I
think
know,
anyone
but
would
I have
disagree
like
with
a
that
I have a
specific.
thing. I can't drink milk after people, even my kids. Like I can't. I just have a milk thing. If it's yeah. Ugh.
So
If
do
it's
you not
one
use the
day
milk?
past expiration, can't use
Okay.
it. Like
Oh, so you can use it if it's fine. It's
if
a
it's fine,
spoiled
it's
milk.
fine. If I've seen someone drink out of it, I can't. That kind of thing. I have a weird milk thing, and it all stems from a show called Step by Step, where someone went and drank out of the milk carton, and the next person came and poured their milk, and it was chunky. And the idea was supposed to be that the milk was chunky when he drank it. In my child mind, the milk became chunky because he drank it, and so like it started this weird milk thing for me.
Gotcha.
It's the creepiest.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already a cab, but we're definitely a cab. This guy.
Yeah. It's just funny because it's like that scene, that little interaction. There's nothing particularly awful about it, but there's still I don't know. It you saw how we reacted. It's just
Yeah.
weird. I think it's the way he's seated. It almost
Yeah.
looks like he's getting roadhead, but he's not. Like he's leaned back in that way where it's like I still need the wheels. I still need to hold the wheel, but I want to like give him enough space for someone to be down there. Like it looks like he's like having a happy ending down there. I don't know.
Couldn't they
Like,
have made the food look more appealing?
yeah. I mean, we all read Green Eggs and Ham. There's a way.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a way to do
It
it.
took that whole book though to convince him to eat it. That's all I'm saying.
I wonder if I were to like host. That says Nilbach. That is not a G. It is a G, but the font they used did not make it look like a G from the wide shot. I almost wonder if there's a way. So I've been seeing on TikTok there's these now like dining experiences that I don't know if it's like Alamo Draft House or one of the other chains is doing, where you like basically sign up to go to a dinner theater and like the meal that you're served is like a tasting menu based on the film. So like if you're watching Beauty and the Beast, like you get something at the beginning when they're talking about the baker with his bread, and then when you get to the castle, there's like this like rose dessert, and then like there's a meal.
Surely you get to try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Oh yeah, duh.
Of course.
But that's the thing is like there's menus catered to the movies. If you were to do this, I would love to see just the different meals you would serve people and how quickly they would just leave or say no. Like, oh, here's a gray bun or a green bun, and you're like, here's
no
a
wonder
pot
the
of
milk
green
is chunky. They store it outside of a refrigerator.
Oh, that is a face if I've ever seen it.
Oh, this guy.
Wow, who would you cast as him? Bill Hader.
Yeah.
The devil's drink. Whenever someone says something I don't like, from now on, I'm just gonna go, ah. Why is everything green but the label is red? Pisses me off. Pisses me off.
No need to refrigerate.
So gullible. Again, the close-up zoom. Oh my god, it gets even close. If I had a shot for every time a zoom zoomed in even further, I'd be wasty schwasty right now.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy's face is very interesting. You could
Guy's
have
face is
not
very
had
interesting.
prosthetics and cast people as goblins, and he would have been great.
Yeah,
He would
just
have been
Draco
great.
Malfoy with a mustache.
He would have been a great Norman Osborn in Spider-Man.
Mm. He's got the Willem Dafoe effect.
Yeah.
Every single person here looks just so unique. It's not meant to be a negative criticism; it's just an observation. But they just
Yeah.
very distinct looks. I mean, what is that big lump on that man's throat?
Okay, so here's a bad
Mm.
situation from the filming.
Okay.
So he said that they nailed his own shoes, not shoes they brought in for the production or wardrobe, his own shoes to a board for him to stand in this pot to be a thing. And then he had to stand there all day, 12 hours, couldn't sit down. And then he complained about it. So they put the prosthetic over his mouth so that he would not complain anymore.
Hold on. Wait a sec. Wait, hold on. Oh my god. That is a lot to unpack, Matthew. That was
Yeah. So
Oh
they
my-
they used his own shoes and nailed them to a board so he would have to stand there. And then he just
Okay.
had to stand
No,
there.
a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's physics. How does a nail go through the shoe without going through the foot?
Well, they took the shoe off first.
So he had to slip into the shoes after they were already nailed in?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got in that. Oh my god.
And so the face prosthetic is so he would stop complaining.
When you were talking about that, I was expecting, because I've only seen this twice before, I was expecting this to be covered. I didn't expect the full like alien thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is illegal, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
And he
To make
standing there,
and
he's
whether you
saying
get
like he's
paid
standing there
overtime
for
or
12
not,
hours, couldn't
yeah.
sit.
I mean,
in
even
pain.
like, yeah, make him sit. Give him a second. I don't know.
Right.
If
Lay
they
him
can
down
go
or
as
something.
far as to making a whole prosthetic to silence the guy from yapping, they could
Yeah.
also change the design to make it where he's sitting and a tree, you know?
Yeah.
A character in Furiosa, similar circumstances. I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but like on his laying down, didn't have to stand. If you know, you know. Did you see that
I
yet,
haven't
Matt?
seen it. Not
Okay,
yet.
cool. So I hope I didn't give anything away.
No, I did not feel spoiled.
Matt's probably
Oh
like,
god.
what the hell is he talking about? Good job, kid. It actually says Coblin because of the font.
Well, what's weird is that even looking at that reflection, I'm like, I recognize that more just from reading it than when I've seen the reflection. It now
Yeah,
looks
'cause-
less like a word.
Yes, because they're all flipped backwards.
Yeah.
This kid, man.
He's
Also, if
got
he
that
just
milk.
loosened those backpack straps, I think that would help a lot. His arms almost feel like they're being pulled up because the backpack's so tight. Oh man, Leonardo DiCaprio, who? Like,
Oh no! Don't do it.
oh, don't do it, man! Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, oh no!
Yeah. No. Oh god.
I love it's Matt is gonna have a full like seizure right now. Yeah, it's like coming out almost like I don't want to even say what I was gonna say. I don't want to ruin milk for anyone else watching.
Dude took the milk off of a shelf. It's not surprising that that's what that looks like. Also, it always reminds me of sometimes my children will be thirsty and will drink some milk, and I don't get that because milk isn't refreshing to me.
Well, it doesn't quench thirst. Yeah, the only
Right.
times, and I might have had this conversation with Kelsey either on an episode of Marvel's Movie Mondays or on our commentary for Winter Soldier. Like it might just be a commentary subject we bring up with milk, but I'll have milk with like a dessert because dessert I feel like milk really helps
Mhm.
pair those flavors well. and as a cooling agent for like really spicy shit. Like I really like wings and milk, just because it adds a cooling agent. Same with like why you dip it in ranch. But those are
I
the
agree.
only 2 times I ever really think about drinking milk, unless it's like chocolate milk or strawberry milk.
Right.
Like I really just, I don't know, unless it's just like a really good creamy milk. Like I don't think I'd ever just
Right.
drink it,
Well, it
especially if there's
reminds.
options. You know.
There's a line that I say a lot. If my kids are drinking, if it's like the summer and they're drinking it to quench, or my wife is drinking milk and like to drink quench or anything like that, I'll always say the quote from Anchorman, which is, "It's so hot. Milk was a bad choice." And that's how I feel about that guy running, and then drinking milk. I'm like, even if it was good milk, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
What you've just done is gross.
Yeah, if I open the fridge, it's just never gonna be what I go for. I'll go for a
Yeah.
seltzer or soda or even water first. Like unless it's the only thing in the fridge with like a jalapeno margarita, which I just can't take because of spice tolerance. Like I'm gonna always drink something else. As if people have jalapeno margaritas in their fridge.
I was just about to say, like, so relatable.
Well, just because at work they sell them and people order them all the time, and I'm like, how is this appealing to you? But I get it. People like spice. I love how they try to keep a consistent like color pattern. Like, oh, let's make it a lot of green, but then like, yeah, it's so weird what they choose to make green and what they choose not to. Because like
Yeah.
I just watched for the retrospective I'm doing on my channel. Go check it out. 2014 movies, 10 years later. I just watched Blue Ruin. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I love Blue Ruin.
everything's so blue, and I'm like, this is just such a good visual motif, even if it doesn't really always mean anything. You know, it's a consistent stylistic choice. Here, it's like they could have really leaned into it. Like, I mean, the skateboard's green, but like everything else isn't. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of a letdown. They could have really gone even further with the green of it all. You know.
That's actually my favorite of his movies. I actually like it more than Green Room.
Oh, really? I actually haven't seen Green Room in quite a bit, but a great way to tie in the color motif of this film with talking about another film.
Well, he made Blue Ruin and then Green Room, and then stopped making color-based movies, which sucks.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was the same guy. Jeremy Saulnier. Yeah, he did Hold the Dark, which I guess dark is not a color but a state of light, you know. And then Murder Party, which no color there. He actually made that first, so
Yeah.
he's got Goldfarb coming up, which no, that was in 1998. That was a short film. So yeah, no color movies coming up for him. Matt and I, a little inside baseball. Matt and I are part of a Discord group chat that just got a phone call. Did you make that phone call, Matt?
No, it's JD.
Oh, okay. Hey, JD. JD's trying to call us in the middle of our Troll 2 commentary, JD. If you watch this back, just know he distracted us from this amazing scene we're watching right now. There's nothing like a group of people just groaning ugh together. It's like a Gaspar Noé film. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I thought that was gonna be a lot more dramatic than. Oh my god! It's funny because this is a commentary track, but I feel like it's not a lot of commentary. It's just us laughing.
Stop laughing at it. Sometimes it's what you get.
Yeah. All right, this might be where she steps up her performance, where she takes the film in her hands. I'm waiting for it.
Honestly, I wouldn't hold our breaths on that.
All right, so theory. That man just finished fucking.
I was about to say.
He comes out, putting his shirt on, hair's a little messed up. He's been lying in bed with his bro all day. Oh my god, I hate that.
No.
There's something about forcefully feeding obscure liquids. I mean, I saw the TV glow. I mean, there's just something that adds to so much horror of just forcing someone to drink the juice.
Yeah.
That is just, oh, but this isn't even juice. It's chunky. What did they throw in there? What are those little beaties things? So that's fully like mayonnaise with like boogers in it, right?
Yes. Boogers? No. I imagine it's
what are those?
tapioca like or something.
What are they supposed to be?
Oh god.
My god. Oh my god. This is described as a horror movie, and I totally agree, but not necessarily for the reasons that others would normally qualify a horror movie. I'm not scared.
I'm very
it's scary.
uncomfortable
I'm
right
scared
now.
because it's uncomfortable. Yes, exactly.
This movie is giving Uncut Gems a run for its money right now.
Yeah, just extreme close-ups that paranoia the shit out of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the focus. That man was fully blurry. Is this supposed to be a metaphor for humanity being monsters?
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess there's a deeper meaning to be found. I'm surprised they didn't name the town Lelort, troll spelled backwards. That doesn't flow off the tongue better, but is troll ever mentioned in this film, Matt?
No, there are no trolls. No trolls mentioned. It's not. There's nothing to do with trolls.
Have you seen the first Troll? Is it good?
I have not. I
Okay.
do own the 2-pack, but I haven't seen that movie.
I wonder if one day we should cover it on Framewreck, even if it's not a bad movie, just to see, you know?
Yeah. I agree. I
God.
think it'd be great.
The cop is just so creepy looking. He looks like I'm not gonna stereotype, but God, he looks pedophilic.
Yeah.
Just
This
has
guy
pedophile
looks like
look.
a pastor in the 90s. Like,
Mm-hmm. Pastor meets the guy from Die Hard, the coke addict guy. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I was about to pull out his name, and then because I wanted to say it, I've forgotten it.
All right, so I'm not the world's finest driver, but when there's no one else on the road, why did he reverse and then go forward again instead of just turning it around?
I don't know.
Whoa! I didn't wear pants.
Oh no!
What was he yelling at her about?
What? Did you lose your place?
No.
Okay.
What was that guy? What was her boyfriend yelling at her about? I don't know if I
don't quite remember. JD keeps calling the
I
group
know.
chat.
Yeah, I just
Sorry,
that was the distraction I just had.
JD. Oh, this kid, this poor kid. Every time we cut back to this guy with the backpack, I just can't. Oh my gosh. And then this
Shorts
kid
are
just
so
standing
pink and his backpack is so tight.
just knowing that this guy's been standing in a plant for 10 hours is just so sad. Like they literally tortured a man on set. Oh. I'm gonna say I don't know if the sweat is practical or not, but the sweat effects pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
If it is makeup, pretty good. Not the green sweat. There's a difference. The just genuine sweat.
The genuine sweat.
They do look sweaty. It doesn't look like someone just poured water on them. It looks like they're genuinely perspirating. But I don't know. If
I would like to give them credit for it, but I imagine it's.
I imagine they just did not air condition the set, and they're all like
poor
dying.
conditions rather.
I bet they're all just like have like 105-degree fevers, and everyone's like, "We gotta get the take. Use it." The way the green stuff is kind of caked on there, maybe it's actually just like 100 degrees on set. This poor kid. This was the original design for the Ents in Lord of the Rings before Peter Jackson stepped in.
Okay, well, at this time, Peter Jackson made schlocky horror movies like this, so
maybe he
for all
watched this
you know,
went,
it could have been.
Yeah, he probably watched this and went, "Oh my god, that reminds me of those Ent moots I used to drink, read books about, and like maybe I should adapt that."
Yeah. There's a movie that he made called Dead Alive. It's also called Brain Dead, that I love. I absolutely love. I don't think it's bad, but it is really schlocky, so I don't know if we're ever going to do it. Ooh.
So the thing is, oh my god. So body horror makes me do that every time, but luckily when I talk about it on the channel, I've already watched it. I've never live reacted to body horror on this channel, but
Okay.
that severely hurt me.
And you love
That's
Titan so much, and that's just so
oh
much
my
body
god, I
horror.
love Titan, but it's because of visceral shit like that, but not like
Yeah.
that. That's even
Yeah.
worse. I think it's
Yeah.
also because I know the actor's in pain. It makes it even worse.
Yeah.
No, I love body horror, but I do always wince and cringe. Oh my god, it looks like. I mean, it's obviously makeup, but the kid looks infected. Like
Yeah.
he's literally being slid because his feet are nailed to a pot. I'm literally so sad for him. I almost wish you didn't tell me that because now I want to like
Oh
run in the
no.
screen and punch Claudio Drake in the face. At least he can talk. Oh, here she comes,
Well.
Kate McKinnon.
This
Oh
is
my
all
god.
like we didn't even talk about how this is obviously like a young woman who they're trying to make look like an older woman
Right.
in
And
this.
it totally works, because they put gray in her hair, because
Yeah.
that's all that matters. No wrinkles.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
no.
forget what happens here. Are we getting for more body horror?
I I don't.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Oh god.
This is the kind of shit movies were meant to play movies after midnight for.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Oh, the giggling. I can't do it. It's I can't. Nope, 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 nope. I'm tapping out. Time
Oh
of
no.
death, 1 hour, 1 minute into this podcast. I'm done. Oh my god. And
It's so green.
so wait, did she blend up the kid? Is that what the inference is?
Part of him, I believe. I
Okay,
don't
so
think
she
it.
cut up part.
Yeah, it's just
But she
like
started from the bottom. So how does that physically work?
and now she's here. Um, she started from the bottom. Now she's here.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I thought you meant now she's in that van. I was like, where? Now
No.
she's here in the scene. I'm like, where is she? No, but it looked like she was sawing up from the bottom up. So does that mean she cut off his legs? But then wouldn't he fall over?
Yeah, that's. I'm
I don't
not
know.
sure.
Because he was like looking down and
But
giggling. So I was like, maybe
yeah, but
he
that.
cut off
I
his
mean,
private
anywhere
parts.
below his head is a bad, or his arms might be good, but anywhere below that is just a bad place to start. Unless you need his head intact to keep him alive to keep growing.
I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
Oh, nice. We love a musical number. She is so
Oh
much.
God, he is.
Michael.
Even in that happy moment, she was terrifying.
Yeah. She looks like she's running, like she's delivering every line as if she should have a dagger in her right hand and she should be running at you, but she's not. Every line is the same. It's just big eyes, smile. Oh, you. She must be coked out. This kid looks pissed. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's like, why are they making me do this shitty movie?
I want to know why these parents, after seeing their son nearly force-fed weirdness, are just enjoying this. Like they've come to the. Remember when they tried to feed me gross stuff?
Another close-up zoom. I saw a little bit of watery eyes there. Nice job. Nice acting. Oh, here's Dollar Store Joaquin again.
The way he grabbed his shoulder. All right, there are parts of this that are sexier than I remember. The way he grabbed his shoulder felt very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy.
Why is there red cake?
I don't know.
Man, I will say this food looks very good. I would eat it.
It does.
10 out of 10 would eat.
Oh.
At first I thought, Okay, so we're watching this commentary track, whatever. I have a StreamYard in one window. I have the MGM Plus in another window. I fully thought my iTunes accidentally opened up because of the way that beat just randomly inserted itself in. It's like, I'm like, oh, did I accidentally click the iTunes link? Nope. Oh my god! In classic
we
row,
didn't-
row, row your boat fashion, that clapping could not be more offbeat.
Yeah. We didn't comment on it when it happened, but when she appeared in the mirror, what the heck?
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry. Yes, we got to comment on that because that was a lot.
when she appeared in the mirror, the bottom half of her body was also visible, and that was below the mirror.
Yes, yes. Oh, there he is. In his greatest outfit, his white outfit.
He must have
White shirt, white pants. That is confidence. Or is it a growfit? Is it gray? It's more gray. You've never referred to it as a growfit before?
Yeah, but...
Well, you probably have good fashion sense and don't wear gray on gray, so you have no need to call it a growfit. Oh my god.
Jeez.
There's just so much happening right now.
Yeah. Was that a Molotov cocktail? Okay, so Grandpa must have gotten his powers back because he was having trouble before, but now he was fully corporeal, swinging axes.
Yes, you're right. He's fully restored. Grandpa Seth Reloaded, the sequel to Troll 2. Just want to shout out. It is now, at the time of recording, it is 4:20. Blaze up. If you are partaking, congratulations.
Puff it's only 3:20 in Oklahoma. So
oh, shit. No, Matt. No. Okay, so if anyone wants our Sharktopus episode that we released earlier this month, we talked about time differences and how I'm pretty good at respecting Matt's time differences. And now twice since I have fucked that up. Once on Sharktopus episode and once just now. Sorry. It is not 4:20 yet, so Matt cannot smoke. He's not allowed to. It's 4:21 here anyway, so the bet's ruined.
Yeah. I found you were talking about a sequel before that whole mishap. There's not a sequel per se, but there is. I found out the other day.
Oh, God, the clapping.
It's very
Hold on. It's
JD
hard to focus on your words
again
when everything is clapping on the wrong beat. It's like
plus
everyone
JD is calling again.
JD's calling again. Hello, JD. I feel like we should just next time he calls, we should answer and just put him on speaker.
Yeah.
And have him be part of the commentary track. All right, so you were saying there's a sequel? There's a kind of
there's
pseudo
not a sequel, but George Hardy is in a movie that came out recently.
Yeah.
It was, I'm trying to find the name of it. Oh, Under Control. So it's Control, but the T is capitalized. Where he reprises his role as Michael Waits.
Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so in a future episode, we might have to watch a double feature of Troll and Under Control just to get the full authentic experience. Then you have no excuse to have any questions about this franchise because we will have covered every corner of it, including a full-length commentary, which we're doing right now. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep watching. Hope you're enjoying. I'm really enjoying this, Matt. It's just fun to just talk in real time.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm really enjoying. God, and if you don't, I love that. And here's where he comes out. Where Michael comes out and then just kind of intuits he just turns around and knows exactly where that there's an extinguisher there.
Right. He didn't even. It almost looks like he didn't even look for it. He just knew it was right there. It's almost like the Force.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Another zoom. I love the zooms.
Zoom. No, yeah.
So many good close-ups and zooms there. All right. Honestly, not the worst effect prop makeup thing. Again, police guy looking weird. Oh, this guy's back. Oh, good. She blinked. I thought she wasn't capable. Oh, man. This is just so freaky for all the wrong reasons, and I love it so much.
Yeah. I was about to say before everything got weird. If you don't know, we're talking about how much we're enjoying this. If you don't know, we are going to do a commentary for every movie that's on Mount Trashmore.
Mhm.
So you're gonna later be getting one from for Ben and Arthur. You're gonna get one for Plan 9 from Outer Space, and you're gonna get one for The Room.
That is correct. And our Mount Trashmore is basically our Mount Rushmore of bad movies at the time of recording. And we have decided that whenever a new film kind of takes the mantle of Mount Trashmore, if ever, we will record a commentary track for those, because those are the ones that we're like indoctoring in as like the greatest so bad they're good movies of all time. Like there's no debate. If we put it on the mountain, it means something important. And like
Yeah.
that was our first like full four that we were very confident in. Because for a while, like Birdemic was on there and Batman and Robin was on there. And we were kind of toying around with it, like, oh, are they the best? The Star Wars Holiday Special as well, where we're like, I mean, they're there for now, but I think these are the four that we're like really solid on.
Yeah.
And if anything ever replaces it, we will record one for those as well. But yeah, we want to like have a document of us really like just exploring every nook and cranny of these so bad they're great movies. So this will be the official like Troll 2 one, which is great. I love this style. it requires very little prep for me, which I love. I love little prep. But Matt did a lot of prep, which I love. He watched a whole documentary for this. But hey, the greatest movies have a lot out there.
I was gonna rewatch the movie, and I was like, I'd actually rather react in real time since it's been a little bit since I've seen it. So I decided to rewatch Best Bad Movie or Best Worst Movie, just so I could get a feel for everything and have something to talk about.
Exactly.
Like, without being like fully prepared.
Is that Kate McKinnon?
Yeah.
You're telling me she was a young actress this whole time?
I would never have guessed.
I would never have guessed it wasn't an old woman. No, but seriously, gorgeous woman, but not good at hiding the fact that she was old. That was very clearly an illusion that did not work in the film.
I don't know what you're talking about. To me, that's akin to Bernadette Peters in Into the Woods.
I was just about to bring up Into the Woods. So yeah, we're also either we've already done or we're doing a Sondheim draft this month. I'm really dating this commentary the more I talk about it, but it's fine. If you're listening a year from now, we did an Into the Woods Sondheim draft a year back. So if you're watching this the week of its dropping, we did it a week ago. Who cares? I love
it. As opposed to what? Killing you not violently.
God, the mom is so fun. The mom must have been my worst actress. I might take a second and go see if I can find our superlatives, because there's no way I didn't make her the worst actress. She is god awful. Not in any mean way. Like I'm very happy to admit she's god awful because it makes the enjoyment. But let me look. This kid is.
I'm just a gay man with my beard's family. I don't know what to do.
Zoom. The teeth acting. I've never seen teeth acting quite like him.
I know, right?
Just everything is so chewed. It's almost like he's chewing into an apple as he's speaking. Dude, we did our Plan 9 from Outer Space and Patrol 2 episodes back to back. That's epic.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't think I have our superlatives offhand, but I'll find them afterwards, and we can always create new ones. Yeah,
we should probably keep a document of that anyway.
Yeah, it might be good to do that. This poor kid's been through a lot. He's just and everything involving his like sexuality. Like one minute he's gay, the next one. Oh, she did say, "Come out and you'll see." Is there a queer metaphor under the surface?
Maybe. Listen, he just needs to come to terms with the bisexuality. We're not bi erasure. We don't do bi erasure here.
No, no way.
He loves men and women.
Exactly.
And
He
corn.
loves a
maybe.
corn cob, and when women are holding his corn cob.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. This music, so the music just does not fit stylistically with the tone of the movie. But what would this movie be without the music? Oh my god. God, she's awful too. Everyone in this movie's so bad. But I wouldn't want it any other way.
Right.
This movie really never makes you want to eat food again.
Right.
Like, would you ever want to eat a piece of corn if someone just had their hands all over it in the middle of the woods? Like, imagine how dirty that must be.
It doesn't appear like that's not cooked corn either. I don't know what he's.
Yeah, there's nothing appetizing about raw corn. Have you ever eaten raw corn?
No.
I can't imagine it would be good. God, this music. It's almost like they just Google searched. I don't even know if Google was a thing back then in 1990, but like, Google searched like funky get it on music, like, because this is just so like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they probably went to the stock library of
Right? Yeah, the public domain.
Yeah.
Free use. This scene could not be dragged out longer. My God.
Oh. Okay, hold up. Soundtrack. The film soundtrack was composed by Carlo Maria Cordio and was played entirely on Roland D50 and Korg M1 synthesizers.
Wow, so it's an original score.
Consisting of a few brief scenes repeated over and over, including sped up M1 demo track.
Wow. I can see that in some of like the more like eerie horror beats, but that the funky 80s stuff is just so funny. Like, that's crazy to me.
In 2017, the complete score was released on CD, LP, and cassette.
Okay, so she's gonna cook the corn. Oh, no, she's not. Ew, my God. This is, I mean, like, movies have never topped this. Oh my God. And now it's popping. Oh my God.
Popping from where?
This should play during the Nicole Kidman ad.
Yeah.
We come to a place like this.
Yeah.
Because we need it, all of us.
Yeah.
Munch, munch, pop, 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 pop. Because then you get the popcorn branding in there too.
That's not how a seance works.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, there's also no screaming in a seance. You want to keep a calm kid. Have you ever done a seance? This kid has clearly never done a seance. Oh God, every time they cut to the cop, it's just the creepiest shit ever. And now he's all of a sudden like Ed Asner. He's got like a growl. I don't know. There might be a lot more innuendos than I first picked up on. Concentrate harder, harder. Seth, come harder, come harder, come. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it.
Maybe you need to get laid.
This is the perfect movie to set the tone for it too. I'll make sure to put this on next time. Be like, hey, I'll show you the popcorn scene. It'll get us in the mood. God, when I'm married someday, I want my wife and I to try the popcorn scene. We'll parody it for the channel for y'all. Oh. Just in case you forgot that they don't know how to make a movie, let's light this scene absolutely terribly. Oh my god! It's a jump scare every time they cut to her. Just those wide bugging eyes.
His powers, his
Yes!
ability to manifest is just all over the place.
Yeah, it's not really clear what his powers are. It's kind of like the genie from Aladdin, but even then, there's a strict amount of rules he's given.
Yeah.
Did you just see the one close up of Dad with his mouth open, with the zoom out? There's just so many great shots in this thing. Oh my god, there she is again. I can't go to sleep tonight. I'll probably see her. Oh my gosh. Every time I think we've like passed the Framewreck moment, there's another moment. Like it was the pea scene, and I'm like, no, it's not. And then it is the tree scene, the oh my god, then it's not. Then it's the popcorn scene, now it's this. The seance. Like those are like the Mount Trashmore of Troll 2 Framewreck moments. Trainwreck moments. Do you remember what your Trainwreck moment was when we watched it? Was it the pea scene?
I feel like it was oh my god.
Oh yes. Yours was oh my god, mine was the pea scene, I think. But then you made the argument that we don't actually see the pea and that it's actually a funny bit, and I said you're right. That's how that went down. Oh my god! They need to stop cutting the close-ups of this woman because every time I pee a little because it's a little scary. It startles me. Okay, wait. The physics of that. If this wasn't a commentary track, I would rewind it because how did he bend like that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
How did his limbs bend that way? More sweaty acting.
Okay,
your
the sweat
hands
on
get
his hands
like
looked
that?
like
Yeah,
they were spritzed.
Yes. Do you normally sweat on your hands when you sweat? I feel like that's the last place that sweats. I mean, I get the
I
bottom of my
don't-
hands like get a little clammy, but the tops?
I don't, but your genetic makeup will determine that kind of thing. Like there's certain people from whose families come from certain areas, they get really sweaty on their palms or they sweat on their chest or armpits or something like that. So
Yeah, even like I get palms, but the other side just seems so weird to me.
I've never seen that or experienced it. No, I've never heard anybody talk about the top of their hands getting sweaty.
My primary sweat spot is my back. I hate it. It's like number one. Like I can't backpacks in the summer. My God, I don't even know what I'd rather do. I'd rather move to Antarctica. Again, great use of the green motif here. Why didn't they keep that consistent?
If we're talking about primary sweat zones, mine is my neck. I cannot tell you how many sweat collars I have experienced in my life.
You got that beard to sop it up, you know. This is very Hitchcockian Vertigo right now.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. And then we cut away from it. I was like, I'm really liking the composition of the color, and I'm like, nah, it's short-lived.
I honestly I can't tell if I love Mom's performance or hate it. Like I love it regardless, but I can't tell if it's great or bad.
It's my favorite performance, but it's I think the worst performance. Like I genuinely think it's my favorite part of the movie. Like I think the kid it would be my best actor. Like I think he's giving good like reactions even if they're not perfect. Like I think because he's also a kid, he gets away with it a little bit better. But like I believe that he's frightened in this moment. Like I believe that he's thinking that he's got some sort of internal monologue going on.
I just realized I have a folder called completed with all of my Framewreck notes.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see if I have them written down. Sometimes I don't write them down, or I don't keep. But
I just made a really bad joke in my head that I'm going to tell you when we finish this commentary.
okay, my worst line of
you go.
My worst line of dialogue was, "You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it."
Okay.
And,
yeah, that makes sense.
And then what are you going to do to me, Daddy? Tighten my belt one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. That whole thing was my worst line of dialogue. My worst actor was George Hardy, his dad, the dad.
Okay.
Actor elevated material, no actors, but
Okay.
Carlo Maria Cordio scores probably the only competently produced thing in the whole movie. Wow.
There we go. Okay, so
I
it
like the score.
pretty much holds up to where we what we've been talking about today. Do you have my notes or no? These are just yours.
These are just
Okay.
from mine.
I'm gonna have to go
Oh
back
my
and
god,
write
was
some
my
stuff down.
Framewreck moment. So
Okay. Yeah, my Trainwreck one was definitely the pissing because it's the one that like I remember watching as a kid or as a tween, I guess. I was in middle school and I watched this for the first time and like being like, this is a bad movie and I love it. You know, and I think there was like an iconography about that scene that made it iconic. But for some reason I distinctly remember him peeing on the table. I wonder if it's like this like Mandela effect or if there's like a cut somewhere where he does pee.
I don't know. Interesting.
Getting to the nitty gritty. We're almost done. This is crazy. We have 10 minutes left.
And of course, Grandpa Seth is corporeal now, and it's fine.
Yep.
When the script needs him to be corporeal, he is. When he needs to be hard to reach, he is.
God, it's like you see their silhouette in the shadow, and it's like, wow, like good design. Then they step into the light, and you're like, no, just not.
Honestly, most of them are fine, and I get them. It's that one.
It's that one. It's the one.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were like, let's make a goblin that mirrors one of our main characters. That's Mom. Like, big eyes, always open. Oh, it's like every time they cut to that goblin or every time they cut to the mom, it's like the same reaction. I do think of the family, the daughter is probably the best right now of this 4 quadrant, not including the kid. Like right of these 4, I would say she's the best. Then I honestly think probably Dad, even though oh my god, this kid's buried in popcorn. My dream.
We're all humans here, even if they weren't humans, or even if they were humans. Why would anybody say that to any person?
Yeah,
we're all humans here.
God, that kid had popcorn in his eyes.
Yeah. Butter there.
Oh, an amazing pan. Just I mean that's like, you know that director filmed that shot and it was like, I have a great, like, how cool is this shot? We're gonna film it from the rearview mirror. Like,
right.
He was getting,
and she's standing
psyched
where the camera just came from. So
right.
Like oh.
Where are they? Yeah, maybe Dad is the worst. It's funny because every single line delivery, one of them then surpasses the other as the worst actor in this film. Like, I genuinely don't know.
Sorry, the script requires it.
Orson Welles could never. Do you feel the same way about Orson Welles that you do Marlon Brando, or do you actually like Orson Welles?
I do not feel the same. I feel like I do feel like there's an amount of luck that Orson Welles has that skill gets credit for, but I do actually enjoy Orson Welles.
Gotcha. This kid is really small because they literally just tossed him into the group of goblins, and the goblins like are holding him like he's a little baby, and the goblins are already small. There's a scale thing going on that's quite off. Right? I mean,
yeah.
He looks small next to them, and they look small next to everyone else. Kid's like 1 foot tall. Oh God, look at those lips. That's what happens when you don't wash your vegetables.
That's. I was gonna make a joke about how you need to drink a certain amount of water a day, but yeah, yours was good.
She needs some chapstick. She needs some Burt's Bees right now. See, oh my God. I just love how they're all like twiddling their fingers, but the one guy's prosthetics are so bad that he's just going like this with his hand. For those listening on audio, I was waving my hand up and down like that troll. We're goblin. The power of a bologna sandwich.
Is that a double decker? That looks like
It looks like the thickest bologna sandwich ever. It's almost like, yeah, I don't know. Do you like bologna? Yeah.
I don't. I hate bologna.
Oh wow.
Um,
Have you? When was the last time you had bologna?
it's been. I mean, it's been a while because we don't keep it in the house. When Gavin was 5, maybe, he really wanted a bologna Lunchable, and he had never had bologna. And but he
Ooh,
really
I
just
can
wanted
imagine that's terrible.
the treat that he wanted. The treat that was in the Lunchable is what he wanted. And I said, "We're gonna get this for you, but you have to eat the bologna or you don't get the treat." He said, "That's fine." He tried the bologna, he didn't like it, but he still wanted the treat. And me, as someone who hates bologna, had to enforce a bologna so a kid to eat a bologna. And yeah.
Yeah. I ate them a lot as a kid. The thing is, I don't like a bologna sandwich. For me, it needs mustard. Like bologna and mustard was like the pairing where like it went down easier that way. But like I ate them a lot as a kid, and then there was a point where I just was so like every time I would eat it, I'd get grossed out. But it was that and peanut butter and jelly. So I know it was because I ate it so much as a kid, I was sick of it type thing. As I would eat them, I'd be like, "This is making me gag." But now, like, I guess my taste buds have evolved. I love bologna sandwiches, man. I don't know. But I have
There
to
you
have
go.
mustard with it. Like I love bologna, mustard, white bread. That's it. I can fuck with that all day.
Maybe I need to give it a try again. It's
But
just
also, like, I've come around on peanut butter and jelly, but I'm worried that will go out of fashion too. There's just some things that I just don't like as much anymore. It's a shame.
I've always loved peanut butter and jelly, and I've never come down on it. But
I'm glad. Mm,
imagine you were a have-not in the early days of Big Brother.
Big Brother. Well, that's like kind of why they did that on Big Brother, like having a single food item for the whole week, is because by the end of the week they would get sick of it. So
Yeah.
they did bologna one year for have-nots. It was like bratwurst and bologna or something like that, which doesn't make sense because that's 2 processed meats. It's like, couldn't do like bologna and blueberries or something a little bit more different.
Mm-hmm. Why does he have to go by the office?
I don't know. I was just about to ask that.
Like they planned on being there longer, right? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have to go back to work. I don't know. Why? Do you keep apples in the fridge? I feel like that's
No,
weird.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't really keep apples around a lot because I have just very sensitive teeth, so it's hard for me to eat apples. But I would not put them in the fridge. Most fruit wouldn't go in the fridge for me,
Yeah.
unless it was like a cut up for like a pineapple
Yeah.
or. I forget. Does this film have like a zinger, like of an ending, or is it more like
Yeah.
chill? Oh, it does. Okay, I can't remember what the ending is. Oh, look, he's a fan of Batman, like you.
Yeah. And 12 different teams.
I was gonna say I saw the Oakland A's there too. I was like, this kid just must like baseball in general. He's like my dad. My dad had like a bunch of like, as a kid, just collected baseball stuff, less so a specific team. Because he also grew up in Florida, where the Rays weren't a team yet. The Marlins, I don't think were a team yet, so he had slim pickings too.
Forgot the door plans.
Here we go. Another Zoom. This has been a lot of fun, Matt.
Yeah. Had a really great time.
Does it still hit the same?
It hits the same every time. I just this one's a little more special just because I get to watch it like with you. I usually watch it alone, so like getting to hold.
It's one of those movies that I don't think gets boring. Like I think you could rewatch it, and even though you know the beats that are coming, like it's still entertaining. Which a lot of bad movies that are even so bad it's good. I feel like after you've seen it a few times, the novelty kind of wears off, and you're like, I've seen this before. It's not the same, but like this and The Room, especially for me, are the two that like I could never get bored of. Like,
Right.
I think that's why The Room has so many like midnight showings all the time, at least in my area, and like I wish this did too, because it's just like, I really think they lend for rewatching, and it's only 90 minutes, so I think it's a quick rewatch too, which helps. Here we go, boom, boom, boom. Baseball. Speaking of,
Gross. Yummy. Mom is so good.
Oh, and the green shower. It's like reverse Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm.
What a zinger of an ending. So for anyone who follows our fellow friend Chadwick's channel, he's doing a bracket of horror films that Matt and I both selected. And we each gave, I think, 16 films, and it's a bracket of like 32, I think.
Yeah.
And we had to give in a few alternates because some of our films overlapped. Not a lot of our films. Like I knew he was putting Halloween on, so I didn't pick Halloween, and vice versa. There was one movie, I think only one movie, that we both put on a list, which was Troll 2.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
There were two. It was Troll 2 and Get Out. We both had on our
There we
list,
go.
and so we each
Arguably
got to pick
the
a
two
different
most
movie.
important horror movies ever made. But yeah, so we will be at some point on Chad's channel or Welcome to Primetime, we will be covering a bracket, and Troll 2 will be on that bracket. And Matt, I imagine it might go pretty far because while it might not be the scariest movie ever made, while it might not be the best horror movie ever made, it is the only horror movie of its kind that I think achieves the success that it achieves. If that makes sense. Unless you put it against like Get Out, then it's doomed. So Chad, I hope you're not listening to this, so you give it a fair first round matchup. But wow, and there it is, Troll 2. We're gonna let the credits play, but boy, oh boy, what a great film.
Yeah.
Matt,
That
final
was
thoughts on Troll 2 before we let the credits play us out.
That was so fun. Anybody who hasn't seen Best Worst Movie, I recommend going and watching it. It's really great.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's yeah, like you said, that it does. This movie like doesn't get old. Like there's so much, and a lot of bad movies, especially stuff that we cover on here. Like there'll be a scene or a portion of the movie or something about the movie that will be the bad thing, and that'll be mostly what we talk about. This is why I felt after we talked about it on the show, why I felt like we didn't do enough is because every frame of this movie is that. And
yeah, there was something to comment on in almost every, and that made it hard for like little chit chats and stuff because we'd always have to get back on it, which I think is a testament to this movie. I think there was never dead air, which I think in a commentary track, the thing I'm always fearful of, and now the movie is officially over. The Lion's going to close us out here, but I think I'm always fearful that like I'll watch something in the moment and be like, what if I don't have stuff to talk about? That's why for the Marvel movies, I prep so many notes because I'm like, I genuinely don't know if these long action sequences will have enough room to banter, but this certainly does. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you like this, let us know because we are going to plan to do at least 3 more, but maybe if you guys like this so much, we can continue not even Framewreck commentaries, but just doing more commentaries on the channel if I have different guests on to do commentaries because commentaries are a lot of fun. They allow you to really just live with the film in the moment, as Matt said. So thank you for watching. Matt, where can they find you out there, and what do you have to plug?
You can find me here on this channel on Framewreck. You can also find me on Draft Day or really any place where I get to guest star. You can find me on the interwebs on Letterboxd and Twitter at MattmanXIII, and you can find me at my house hanging out with my kids.
Yes. Maybe you don't want to advertise that. Maybe. If you want to find Matt at home with the kids, you can find him, but you got to go through a lot of trouble finding him. It's like there's this like TikToker. I promise I'll be done soon. But there's this like TikToker who will like find someone will give him like a short 10-second clip, and he'll have to try to find where in the world that is. And so he like finds context clues of like gas stations or stuff nearby, and he usually always finds it. But I would love to just send a screenshot of Matt in the corner of his house right now and see if he could find it.
Is it Jose Monkey? Because that I love
that guy.
I love Jose Monkey.
Yes, he is. But I just think it's funny because it's like all we're seeing right now is a corner of a wall that is slightly yellow. That is just like, and I have an orange wall. It's like good luck finding us. But really, thank you for watching. This was a lot of fun.
It's really a gradient. We're in the same room. It's just a gradient from
nice. Us too. I guess.
Yeah.
That's great. But today was all about the green. It was all about Troll 2. So we hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below what you thought, and if there's anything that we can improve upon. This is our first Framewreck commentary, so like let us know. Would you like more trivia? Would you like more just behind the scenes fun facts? Would you like more just like strict paying attention to the movie and not divulging into conversations about Nicole Kidman or other things that we talked about?
That would be weird for a commentary though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
we just want to watch the movie and know
just
you're
wanna have
watching it
fun.
too.
Yes. But please let us know how you enjoyed it. If this was your first Troll 2 experience. If not, then I have nothing else to say. Thank you so much. Keep watching the channel. We have our 2014 retrospective going on this month and next. So check it out. All these films back here, I'll be talking about at some point on the retrospective. So thank you for watching. Matt and I just put out a video for what's it called? Sharktopus and Terracuda. My gosh, that title always gets difficult the more and more I say it. And next month we'll be doing something else very special. So check out that episode to see what we're doing next month. Otherwise, if you're watching this 2 or 3 years from now, we did those 3 years ago. So thank you. That's it for me. That's it from Matt. Signing off.
Story, Mark.